Hello everybody and welcome to another A+ 1102 course with a practice exam at the end of the video to give you an idea how ready you are for the real thing. Just like my other videos, in this video I'm going to give you everything you need to know about this particular exam objective. We're looking at 1.3 and we're looking at Task Manager. If you're wondering about the weird angle, I'm on my break at work filming this video for you in my car with my phone propped up in my dashboard, so that's why it looks a little bit funny, but it won't affect the content, so don't worry. We are going to be covering everything you need to know about Task Manager in today's video, which is just this dot point over here to the left. Again, trying to break it down, be super specific for you, so you are getting exactly the information that you need in as much detail as possible. Now, we'll get straight into it. We'll go ahead and jump straight into it. First of all, what is Task Manager? So the purpose of Task Manager, as stated here, it's a method of monitoring your system, which provides real-time information about your computer's performance, such as running applications, the processes that are running, the CPU usage, the memory usage, the network activity, and the disk usage. So for you, you're going to need to know pretty much your way around Task Manager and what each of the individual components within Task Manager do. What would you use Task Manager for? And which option within Task Manager would you use for that? And I'm going to help you try to figure that out in this video. So you can launch it in a variety of ways. You can read through there. For me, I actually just hit the Windows key and I just simply type in Task Manager, and that brings it up. And I've got Task Manager pop up into this little box here, right? So I now have Task Manager here. So the first one that we're going to look at is the options that you have within Task Manager. You have services. So services shows the background programs that run continuously without user interaction. So these aren't the programs that you're actively running. These are the things that are running in the background, operating in the background. You're not actively using them. They are essential for system functionality, such as Windows Update, your firewall, and audio services. So these things we don't really think about. In Task Manager, the Services tab lists all running services, their status, whether they are running or stopped, and their resource usage. So if I bring up my Task Manager and I go to Services, which is the one at the bottom here, I'll click on that. That will bring up all of my services, right? You can see the status here. It's stopped, running, stopped, running. So you get an idea of what's going on in the background, and you can see what's running and what is stopped. And this can help you just identify what might be using resources. Is there anything here that shouldn't be running, etc. All right, so that is services. Now, the next one you need to know about for your exam is startup. And of course, this is displaying the applications configured to launch automatically when Windows starts up. What is launching as soon as you turn your device on? Unnecessary startup programs can slow down your boot time and system performance. So if you're having slow boot time or your system is particularly slow upon starting up, you might want to go into Task Manager and check on what it says in the Startup tab. So again, I'll head on in here and we'll go to Startup. So click on Startup Apps and you can see all of the applications that are operating upon starting up, and it also even tells you their impact. So I've got a lot of high impact things running there. I've got Creative Cloud and Epic Games Launcher for some reason is launching when I start up. So those are some things I might want to disable upon startup in order to make my startup process a little bit faster. Now, what about performance? What does this show? This tab provides an overview of system performance, including your CPU usage, the percentage of CPU resources being utilized by running processes, your memory usage, the amount of physical RAM currently in use, disk usage, read-write activity on storage devices, and your network usage, your data transfer over the network interface. So if I bring up the Task Manager again and we have a look at performance, performance will show me all of this information and data. So I can have a look at my CPU utilization here, the memory currently in use, 57% of my RAM being used at the moment. So I might have a lot of things operating. Maybe some of those things going on in the background are contributing to that, right? So you can see all of this information here. So if you want to see what's affecting the performance of your device, you could look at the Performance tab. Who would have known, right? Okay. The next one you need to know is processes. So these are running programs or applications that are actively consuming system resources. So these are actual programs that are running, not just things in the background, but programs that are running. So again, I'll open up the Task Manager and we'll have a look at my processes. And this will show me things that are running. So I do have background processes, and this is where I can see my applications that are actively running here as well, right? So it's telling me how much memory is it using, how much CPU is it using, how much of my disk space is it using, how much of the network is it using, right? Things to that effect. I get all these statistics here, which can help me diagnose issues with my device in relation to, is it fast, is it slow? Maybe I need to look at what's here in order to judge whether or not my machine is being caused to run slowly as a result of this, or is it a malware infection, right? Before I go straight to malware, I'll probably want to check up, wait, do I just have a million things running at the same time? That might be the reason, okay? And finally, you have your users. So the users tab displays currently logged in users and their resource usage. So you'll be able to see which users are logged in, how much resources they are using. It helps identify active user sessions and potential resource hogs associated with specific users. So if I open up my task manager and I go into my users section, you can see here, it's just me. I'm going to blur that out just because I don't want you to see my full name, but you can see my CPU usage there, the memory usage, and etc. All those statistics there, right? So if you want to find out what user is using the most things, then that might be something to do. Alrighty, now that's it for this particular lesson portion. Now it's time to head on over to the practice questions. Let's get straight to it. You suspect a program is running in the background and consuming a high amount of CPU resources, causing your computer to slow down. Which task manager panel would be the most helpful to identify the culprit? A, services, B, startup, C, performance, or D, processes. Take a moment to pause the video if you feel like that's something you need to do. Your answer coming in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The answer is D, processes. The processes tab is the one that identifies what the question asks for, right? The program's running in the background. So a program that is running in the background, you're going to want to go to processes for that one. The next question reads, you are setting up a new computer and want to optimize its performance immediately after turning it on. Which task manager panel would be the most helpful to identify and potentially disable programs that launch automatically when starting up your machine? A, users, B, processes, C, performance, or D, startup. Your answer in 3, pause the video if you need to, 2, 1. Now, of course, the answer is startup, right? That one's pretty intuitive. It's in the name. If systems are starting up, well, upon startup, you're going to want to look at the startup tab. Not much more to say on that one. The next question is non-existent. That was all the questions, right? So hopefully you get a good idea of the kind of things you might be asked on your exam relating to that. Just make sure you're able to understand when you would use Task Manager and what each individual component within Task Manager is used for. Now, if you enjoyed this video, journeytocyber.com does have all the resources you will need to prepare for and pass this examination efficiently. So I have my learning guide, which breaks the entire exam down by exam objective, gives you comprehensive notes, active recall questions, and practice examination questions, just like the ones we had here in the video today, for every single exam objective, and broken down even further, just like this video, into every dot point for every exam objective. You can then, after you've gone through that entire document, you'll be pretty prepared. Head over to the online quiz database where you can have a simulated examination experience using a randomized version of those questions to see how ready you are. So, this is what people have said about my 1101 learning guide, and the 1102 learning guide is just simply much better. So if they're saying this about that, surely this is even better. They say your learning guide is actually goated. I don't comment a lot, but it definitely helps with organized information and helps me piece things together more easily. Thank you so much. Update, your notes definitely helped me pass my test today. I downloaded your learning guide already, and I can see that it will help me immensely with studying. I tried other popular resources, but struggled absorbing the material. Will you have one available for the 1102? Your lucky day, I do. That's what I'm talking about right now. JourneyToCyber.com for your 1102 A+ learning guide. So again, comprehensive notes, active recall questions, practice examination questions, broken down by exam objective, and even further into every dot point for every exam objective. What more do you want? I've also got performance-based questions over there for 30 Australian dollars if you're in America, which according to my analytics, you probably are. It's going to be like, what, 15 American dollars? That's just crazy. So get over there, check it out, JourneyToCyber.com. You'll be as happy as this guy. All right, guys. Other than that, I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.